Hi Benham, I'm over at the garden again today. It's beautiful out. And I built the remaining 3 beds at home. It was just easier. I had power because yesterday I kept running out of power on my drill. But now that I have them built, now I just have to finish clearing out this space behind me, and as soon as it's done I can put the beds in and get the remaining strawberries planted. So I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward through the work, and then I will stop and explain to you how I'm planting, since I skipped over that yesterday. All right, I got another 2 beds in, but now I have run out of the garden soil. So I have some on order for a drive-by pickup tomorrow. And so now I'm just going to get as many of the strawberries planted as I can, and then I'll come back tomorrow and finish everything up. So I'm gonna bring you over and kind of show you how we plant these strawberries. Okay, so here we have our bed, and it's got all of the cow manure and compost and topsoil and everything else in here. And so what we need to do is we need to plant these starts roughly about 12 inches apart. Now I have a lot of these and not all of them may survive, so I'm going to put a couple extra in here. So what I'm going to do is, this is a 3x4 bed. I'm going to go ahead and do some plants spaced about roughly every 10 to 12 inches going down the 4-foot side, and then I'm going to do 4 more in the middle here, and then another 5 on the outside, and that will ensure that I get as many of these planted as possible. So we are going to go with the early glow. Now last night I was just worried these things were going to dry out on me, so I wrapped them in a wet paper towel. But when I unravel these, you will see that each one of these plants is a crown. You can see that. This part right here is the crown, and it has some of the strawberry plant already growing, and then we have a long root system. So our goal is to plant these so that the entire root system is straight down in the hole. We don't want it to be kind of fanned out. And we also need to make sure that the soil is packed really tightly around the roots. So I'm going to start down here towards the end, and I'm just going to use my trowel to dig down pretty far, and I'm just going to push the soil over to the side to create a hole. And then I'm going to use the bottom of my spade to kind of push the roots down gently so that they are down straight in the hole. Then I'm going to start pushing the soil back around the roots, and I'm going to make sure that it is packed down really tight. And then around the crown, I can wiggle it up a little bit if I need to, but what I need to do is around the crown, I need to make sure that the soil is packed about halfway up the crown. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that I don't cover it, and it's packed about halfway up. All right, so then I'm going to just keep on going down the line. We'll do one more. Again, roughly we're about 10 inches here. Grab our start. Make sure that the roots go into the soil straight. Take the soil, pack it tightly around the roots. Brush some more of the dirt around the crown. And on to the next one. So it doesn't take too long. It moves pretty quickly once you get started. But of course, when you have 50 of these to do, it does take some time. So hopefully I kept these damp enough over the last couple of days that they will still thrive. Like I said, we may lose a couple, but hopefully the majority of them, now that they're in the soil and they have the nutrients that they need, will go ahead and grow successfully. So I'll just finish off this row, and then we'll go ahead and pause the video. Now these that I'm planting right now are called Early Glow, and I picked these. I actually have three different varieties. We have Jewel, we have Early Glow, and then we have Sparkles. And they fruit at different times. So that's why we have a mixture. So that way maybe if these all do well, we'll be able to have strawberries throughout the spring and summer each year, because these are perennial and they will grow every year. Now when I'm pushing the roots down with my spade, I'm being very gentle. I'm making sure that I'm not cutting the roots as I'm pushing down. We want to keep those roots intact. All right, so there we go. We have our first row, and I'm going to go ahead and put 2 more rows in this bed, and then in the other bed we are going to put the Sparkles variety. So I'll check back in once we're done. Okay, I am done for the night. What I've gotten done is we had this bed over here finished yesterday. I have added 1 and then 2 beds in today. I have 1 bed left. It's kind of sitting over here. And I was able to get those extra 2 beds filled. I have all of the strawberries planted, and then I also put down some gravel between the beds, and we're going to put more of this down in between all of the beds in this front row. In the back there, you can kind of see it's already starting to grow. We do have some raspberry plants back here. So with these pathways between the raised beds, everybody will be able to get back there and pick those raspberries still. We'll probably take these archways down at some point because it just reduces the accessibility of the raspberries, but for right now I'm just going to keep them in there. So tomorrow we're going to get the final 4th bed in. We're going to get the rest of the strawberries planted. We're going to have some leftover starts, so I have some extra pots at home. You can grow strawberries in containers, so I'm going to go ahead, put some in containers and bring them around, hand them out to friends in town. So if you want a strawberry, just go ahead and email seedtoharvest@benhampto.org, and I will try to get one over to you. So have a good night.